Hi. So I have been a bit lazy in recording audio. 2 days and it will be Valentine's Day. I really wanted to do a proper Valentine's Day audio. I'm pretty sure you can hear my fan just whizzing up right now. Um but yeah. I have figured out some stuff to keep my fan audio down. I'm not sure if I've already posted this audio. Everything has been a mess and I've been trying to keep up, trying not to fall too far behind in terms of lucidity, to be honest. But yeah, I was writing a script for an audio, but I didn't like it, so I scrapped it altogether and then started again. I just wanted to make something, so this will be a much more, for me, relaxed audio. Usually I record audio in a very separate space, but right now I'll be actually playing Tekken and recording this audio. I had tried this once before, but last time what happened was I got distracted. The audio wasn't very good, so I didn't release it. It was like a 3 minute audio, so it was a test audio anyways. So don't worry about it. I'll adjust the mic. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, I'll I'll be playing Tekken. So I'm playing on. Wait, how do I reduce the volume? Wait, I'll be playing on offline. So just a second, let me just turn down the volume. Yeah, this is fine. So I'll be playing what's called Treasure Battle. So in this, basically, you fight against computer like CPU players, I guess, and you get levels and stuff. It's pretty chill. I play Asuka. That's my main in Tekken. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure how much I'll be talking during this. I do want this to be a bit long, but not sure how long. I have so the thing is, I also have a very noticeably bad problem when it comes to talking during doing anything. To be honest, also I'm just realizing I won't be able to hear. Like I can hear a slight background noise right now. Yeah, I have trouble focusing. Um, about to lose trouble focusing in when I'm doing multiple tasks. I think everyone does. Most people do, especially if you are not used to that. I mean, I'm pretty used to playing Tekken, so I guess that's an excuse. But yeah, ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, but yeah, I'm at an 80 win streak right now, which means I haven't lost the last 80 matches. Last time, by the way, I did this Tekken audio thingy. I did lose my streak, so yeah, maybe I'll lose it again, but we'll see. But yeah, I can hear the fan is like super loud. We'll see in post what to do about this. But yeah, um, it's weird. All of my friends right now, real life, online, are like busy or doing something. I feel like I'm the only one who's not doing anything. One of them is has gone to his home. I have been playing, so what's been keeping me company is this game called Slay the Princess. I really want to talk about it, but it's such a beautiful game. I can't spoil it. Like, I know I usually don't mind spoiling games for people that much. I know that sounds weird. Like, why would I mind spoiling video games for anyone? It's the other people who should be worried about getting spoiled or not getting spoiled. But what I mean is that some people are like, "Oh, you should watch this movie." I won't say anything about this movie because they don't want to ruin the surprise for you. I don't really mind doing that because I think video games, it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not many people play video games, so usually I'll just ask, do you mind spoilers for this? And if they say no, then I just give them to. I mean, I just talk about it because I think giving them a diluted discussion thingy, having like a short discussion with them can be fun, especially if I know they are not going to play the game anyways. But with Slay the Princess, I'll uh, I'll talk about it in a very vague, not vague, but like I'll describe what it is, but I won't give away too many details about it. So, as you can tell by the name, it's a game about a princess who you have to slay. It's marketed as a horror game, psychological horror type game. If you like horror games, oh, I should also mention this is a visual novel, which is a discussion that I wanna have with you guys. Also, I should mention my rank in Tekken right now in the offline rank is like Tekken Omega God, which is funny. The names in Tekken, like the rank names, are just hilarious. This is so I am Tekken God Omega. Then there's Tekken God Prime, which is below me. I'm the highest rank, by the way. So that's the highest rank you can get, and so it's not really difficult getting a higher rank in Tekken, especially like if you like take a character. I think there's a character called Katarina. She can you can just literally just press one button again and again. I'm sorry if you can hear like background noises. It's just it's a college, right? So I mean, guys make a lot of noise here. But as I was saying, you can take the character Katarina and you can just spam one button, and you can pretty much get full full rank easily. But yeah, the hard thing, I at least what I use as a challenge is to maintain that rank for a long time, or rather maintain a win streak. So my highest has been 149. As I said, I'm like at 84 right now, so I've won 4 games the time we have been playing. But yeah, so yeah, as I said, I wanted to spend time with you guys today, even though I have nothing to talk about. I guess that's not true. I do have a Slay the Princess to talk about. So the game is marketed as a psychological horror game. It's a pretty so it's a visual novel, and basically you are tasked with slaying the princess, but the princess obviously doesn't want to die. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I guess I can mention a few things to you. So the basic premise is that, and this you will find in the trailer. So if you want to avoid all spoilers and go completely blind, which I recommend, the only thing is that you might be disappointed in what it is. So don't have any expectations. I would say if you wanna really try the game, just stop this audio and or you can just skip to like 1 minute or something, because I'll be briefly mentioning it. So as I was saying, 1 minute. So I have 1 minute to finish this. Uh, okay. So you are a player. There is a narrator who tells you to kill the princess. There's a voice of the hero, who is basically like the player, and there is a princess who doesn't want you to kill her, and you have to basically decide what you want to do. And it's a pretty unique game. So I've been playing it a lot for the past few days. I think I've been playing. I heard about this game quite a long time ago. It's a game released in 2023. The company that made it is actually called Black Tabby Games, which is a lovely name for a game company. The art style is quite pretty actually, and the game is fully voiced. So visual novels, if you have played ever, you'll know that they have a reputation of like being kind of boring and not really voiced ever. But Slay the Princess is completely voiced. So, and the voice acting is very good. um I would argue it's better than a lot of AAA games. So yeah, it's pretty fun game. It's I think you can finish it in 1 hour. Um, you can take it. It can take anywhere up to like from 1 hour if you're like trying to get it done with as soon as possible. Up to maybe 2-3 hours. I'm not sure because as I said, I've played it like 2-3 times so far. My friend didn't like it, which I kind of feel bad for. Um, I mean, whenever you show something to your friends and they don't like it, I think it's natural to feel bad, right? Um, but yeah. So as I was saying, wait, I'm in a lose streak now. Not lose streak, but I'm about to lose. So let me just quickly focus on the game. Okay, I have to win one more round and then I'll be good. So in Tekken, ouch, 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 ouch. No. Oh, okay, I got it. It was pretty scary. I don't want to lose a 80 win streak, but yeah. Okay. Back to what I was talking about. Tekken has these rounds where you have like double damage or faster game speed or boss battles, which are pretty hard. So I'll need to like divert my focus there time to time. But yeah, that one was a double damage. So getting back to what I was talking about with uh, Slay the Princess. So it's a visual novel, as I said, and it's a pretty unique one. The art style is gorgeous. The voice acting is beautiful. So if you wanna check it out, it's I think $20 or something. I believe that's what I saw when I checked it. So if you wanna try it, please do so. There might be offers also because it's a 1-year-old game. But yeah, as I said, it's pretty small. So do if you do plan to buy it, it's for Mac OS, Windows, and what else was it? Linux, I believe. So do your research bit, like watch the trailers and stuff, see if it's up your alley, the gameplay itself, so you don't feel I mean in Steam at least you can refund purchases up to I believe 2 hours. So you should be able to finish the game in 2 hours, I'm pretty certain. So that should be fine. But do make a good purchase, like what do you call it, educated purchase, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, coming back to the topic of visual novels. So I had an argument, not argument. I mean, that guy was arguing. I was just discussing, but someone was talking to me about whether they just said that visual novels aren't video games. And so here's the thing, right? There are like a specific definitions of what a game is and isn't. So, for example, a race isn't considered a game in game design language because it's just two people racing, right? It can be done in complete solitude, as in like one person doesn't really affect another person's anything. I mean, obviously, if you think about car racing, then that doesn't apply because you you can hit them or whatever. But I'm talking about more like proper races, right? In for example, if you're doing a what's a good example? A race where basically two people are doing something, and it's just a competition of who does it faster. For example, there are these Tetris matches where there are these Tetris matches where it's basically a race to see who gets the higher score after a certain time, or who can stay alive for the longest amount of time. In these situation you can you can see, like, it's not considered a game by game design not a standards game design language. So the reason being that one player is not affecting another player. Similarly, if you think of puzzles, they are not considered video games or games, I should say, because once you know the answer to a puzzle, there is no, like, you don't need to think or do anything. So it's basically, do you know the answer to this kind of thing. Quizzes are not considered games. So there are various things that are not considered games um, in a game design language. And by that definition, yes, visual novels for the most part don't fall under the category of video games, because when you think about it, I mean, visual novels do have their own separate engine. I mean, it's not necessary for you to use them. You can use any game engine as well, but they do have a very popular dedicated um, they do have a very dedicated game engine called Renpire, I believe, um, which has been used for visual novels for a very long time. Um, but I think there's more to that, more to visual novels than just calling them not video games. Because where do you put visual novels? The closest you can think of in terms of a visual novel is I'm sorry. The closest I can think is like those choose your adventure books. I mean, I'm saying those as if like I've ever had them. I've actually never had a choose your own adventure type book. But okay, but I think those comparisons make the most sense, because what do you do in a visual novel? You basically, I'm sorry, you basically make choices, right? You make choices that affect the story in some way, and I mean, some visual novels get creative with it, but ultimately you are making choices, and the point is that those are supposedly changing the outcome of the story later, right? I actually do hope that this audio um, is not too bad, at least listenable. But yeah, because I can hear the fan is just going crazy. But yeah, anyways, so as I was saying, I also have music, by the way. I should link it somewhere, but I also, it's not good music, but if you're bored or whatever, you can check it out. It's I'll share it. I'll share the link somewhere. But in short, I think it's in online sequencer. My name is Medusa. In that, Medusa Shy, I think. So Medusa, the goddess, and then, or rather, she's not a goddess, right? What is she considered? What um mythical figure, I guess. And you have her, and you have Shy, like the emotion or trait or whatever. But yeah, my point was, if you search Medusa Shy on online sequencer, maybe you'll find it. But yeah. Anyway, so continuing with what I was talking about, visual novels. So the closest you can think of visual novels as in a media would be, surely has to be, um, choose your own adventure books or whatever, right? Even in these subreddits, these audio based subreddit, you'll find a few choose your own adventure type things. I have seen at least once, and it's a pretty interesting attempt at that. But I think if you think about it, so for example, tic-tac-toe isn't really considered a game because it's more like a puzzle. Once you know the answer, you don't really have to think when you're playing. You know the answer that okay, starting with the middle is the best, which is by the way not true. In reality, starting with any corner is the best. Here you are getting a here you're getting a tic-tac-toe tips, but yes, starting with the corner is best because once you start with the center, you pretty much lock yourself out of any lock yourself out of any ouch, I lost. I haven't lost my win streak. I just lost one round, so I need to pay a bit attention. I'll be back. I mean, my attention will be back in a second. Okay, done. Yeah, so tic-tac-toe. If you start with the corner, so if you start with the center, you basically lock yourself out of winning because it's basically going to be a draw unless the other person just does something very, very unnatural, or I don't want to say dumb, but that's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, so whereas when you start with the corner, you can actually trick the other player in many different ways. So it has more potential of winning, basically, is what I'm saying. I actually figured this out way back in like school or something. I myself like did testing with all possible okay, I did testing with all possible combinations of tic-tac-toes, and I figured out that if I want to play the quote-unquote perfect game, then I would have to go with center. But going with a corner actually gives you more chances to win. Like if the other person messes up at all, you get a massive advantage of winning, even if they play center. But yeah, continuing with so tic-tac-toe isn't considered a game because, as I said, it's more like a puzzle. But chess is. And when you think about it, chess and tic-tac-toe are pretty similar because both of them are you do a move, your opponent does a move, and if you think about it, at a higher levels, most chess games do end in a draw. I suppose not necessarily the most, but a lot of chess games do end in a draw, which is similar with tic-tac-toe. That tic-tac-toe also ends in a draw. And if you have two computers playing against each other in a game, most of the time it will end in a draw because the computer is thinking the same things and is trying to make the perfect moves. So in that sense, it amplifies the similarness of chess and chess and okay, I'm sorry. It amplifies the similarness of chess and tic-tac-toe. Then why is it that tic-tac-toe not considered a game but chess is? And the reason simply lies in the fact that chess is too complicated. It's too complicated to be considered a puzzle. You can't solve chess. People have been trying for long time. If you don't know, computers have been designed specifically just to beat chess, and computers can look very far ahead, and they are very good at it. Basically, it's considered that I mean, not considered. It's basically true that it's basically true that computers are better at chess than any human being ever, and they're better than any human being will ever be. And I know it sounds a bit sad, like it sounds like AI taking over. But the truth is that it's it's not about, like it's almost like, if you think about it, computer is like a glimpse into what chess would be if we knew how to play it completely. Like it's basically a glimpse into solved chess if you think about it. I'm not think. I'm sorry. I'm just messing my words up. What I'm trying to say is, uh, I mean, people did react very negatively when I think Deep Blue was the first chess engine to defeat a human. People reacted very negatively to that. People were like protesting against chess engines and whatnot. And eventually, people came to terms. Now, computers are used by everyone to learn chess and get better at chess. It's now seen more as a tool rather than anything else. But yeah, my point more being that chess is considered a game just because of the sheer number of possibilities that chess has in compared to tic tac toe. And there are other games as well. So one example that I can think of is there's this game called Nine Men's Morris. Let me know if you have played it. No pressure. There's also this game called this game called, but there's also checkers and what's the name of that game again? Where you have like I'm forgetting the. It's like you have reversey, is it? Reversey, I believe, where you have like white and black. You have white and black. Oh, nice! I won. You have white and black pieces, and you have to basically. I'm something like this. There's also that one game. I think 4 in 1 or something like this, where you have to basically put 4 in a row. I think it's called 4 in a row. Basically, you have a board and you have to place 4 of your colored things in a row, diagonally or column or whatever. Let me just beat this boss because this boss is very annoying. All bosses are annoying, to be honest. To be honest, the biggest problem is that these bosses, you can't combo them. Ouch! And they just use their lasers or whatever instantly. Oh, thank God I survived that. These bosses are cheap, and it's like the most annoying part is that they'll just randomly come. Ouch! Ouch! No. Okay, done. Where was I? This is my 100th win, by the way. So yeah. Anyways, so continuing with where was I? Um, the game 4 in 1, I think. So these games are also in the border of what can be solved and what cannot be. So 4 in 1, I believe, hasn't been solved yet completely. Checkers hasn't been, I think. But Nine Men's Morris, I'm pretty sure you do have a strategy to win. And basically, what a solved game is in this language, in this study, you can say, is if player A, the first player first or second player, whoever, has an option that will always be better. Like if player A always has a option for the first move of the game, which is better, and this happens so basically, think of it like this: when you're playing tic tac toe, you have, as the first player, you know what the best strategy is. I mean, most people assume that it's most people assume it's what do you call it, um center. I'm sorry, I just forgot completely. Most people assume that it's the centerpiece, right? Which is fine. Which it's not wrong at all. It is tied best with the corner. So most people go for the center, and it makes complete sense, right? Because you know that if you do on center, uh, most of the places the opponent can make a row has been taken away from them. The opponent then has the knowledge of what the best is, which is for a center it is um, for a center it is corner, and for a corner it is center. So having this knowledge every turn means that the game is solved. So for games like I believe checker and some other games, it hasn't been solved yet, and it's not just about being solved, because even if those games are solved, if it's complicated enough, people will consider it still games. And I think the same kind of goes for something like a visual novel, even a choose your own adventure type of things. I mean, just because you're not like doing some heavy activity in those games, like you're not pressing buttons all the time, or making strategic decisions or whatever, which you could be making. Some visual novels could have that element in them. I mean, to be honest, most I think players, especially the ones who like stories a lot, do want visual novel elements to be in these higher budget games, because what they offer is very very branching narratives. If I remember, Cyberpunk has a few endings, but overall it doesn't have a lot of choices in its missions. In one of its first trailers actually, it showed a very very branching path in the mission, and that does exist in the game still. You can play that mission, it does have very branching paths, but the problem is that it doesn't have that in every mission. I mean, it's not a problem necessarily, but the fact that they advertise the game as if it will have that. But the point being that people do want that in the game, branching paths and whatnot. The thing is that obviously it increases the workload of people making those games exponentially. Uh, every choice they add means, and if they want to do it correctly, I mean, every choice they add will massively, and I mean massively, increase the workload. Ouch. No, I lost. Okay, I need to focus on this one. By the way, if anyone was wondering, I actually do know how to play Tekken. I'm not just button mashing. Um, I play Asuka. I know a lot of her combos. A lot of her combos. I don't play a lot of characters. But I can do the Electric Wind God Fist if anyone knows what that is. If any of you listening know what that is, please let me know. I would love to hear if anyone has any idea what that is. I'm not going to tell what it is in this audio, but I will in the next audio. No pressure to reply if you don't want to, by the way. Just just for my curiosity, if you want to. No pressure. But yeah, so where was I? I was in visual novel, and yeah, how many quantity wise work increases. I'll lose this. Okay, no, I won't. So with every choice that's added, every other choice in the upcoming this choice tree branch will be affected. I mean, should be affected if it's a good. Because some games, especially AAA games nowadays, have this very bad habit of having unnecessary. It's actually called a magician's choice in Magic, where no matter what you choose, the magician will force what they want you to choose onto you. There are a lot of ways of doing it. When you are, so this is a bit of a spoiler for card tricks. I'll think of an example that's easy. So there's this very very popular one which you can try with someone you someone in your home or someone you like. basically what, for example, imagine there are three imagine if there are three cards, A, B and C, and you have someone with you and you want them to pick a card, but you want them to pick A specifically. So how do you do it? Well, what you do is you tell them to point at a card. They point at, let's say, B. You tell them, okay, we'll remove this card, and you remove that card, and then you say, okay, now we have two cards left. I want you to select another card. So they select, let's say, C this time. So you can say, okay, let's remove this one as well. Or if they select A, you can say, oh, you selected A, great, let's go with this. So you see what's happening. Basically, you are forcing the player into making a decision, forcing the, a spectator or observer in magician terms to make a decision without them realizing it. There are false choices where your choices don't really matter. So, for example, if all A, B, C, all three cards are the same, then the choice wouldn't matter. It's just for show or whatever. So you can. Okay, another boss, but this one is easier. Okay, low parry view. I'm sorry. Okay, so as I was saying, so where was that? Wait, where was I actually? I'm trying to remember. How many topics have I jumped through? Hopefully not too many. I'll try to remember for a second. Okay, I won this, so that's good. Let me just remember what I was talking about. So it was tic-tac-toe, then I was talking about video game narratives and stuff. I hate when this happens, when I just forget what I was talking about. Just a second, I'll actually check the audio. So I checked, it was magician's choices and stuff. So yeah, games where choices don't really matter. In games, you will have dialogue options where your dialogue doesn't really do anything. It just it just serves as exposition. Instead of doing it in one go, they'll make you like select. They'll make you select dialogue after dialogue, and sometimes the dialogue suggests that you are making a choice or something, but it really doesn't. One funny example of this is Far Cry 4, where at various points in the game you will be told specifically that your choices will matter, and it matters in the most superficial way imaginable. A few games that do it somewhat well. I'm forgetting the name of the company that does this, but Until Dawn. Actually, there are more than that. Until Dawn is a developer that does it very well, but there is also the people who made Wolf Among Us and the Batman series, and also Life is Strange. I think a lot of these are by the same people, same developers. They made very good ones where your choices would matter a lot, at least enough to keep the game interesting. And again, these are not considered visual novels by most people. And the sheer reason for this is just the quantity. Just like chess, if you increase the quantity, it becomes interesting enough that it qualifies as a video game. And I think that's the perspective we should have towards these mediums. I mean, not everyone, because obviously not everyone is interested in these. I don't really like forcing my opinions on people who don't really, not forcing even, what do you call it? spreading my opinions on people who really don't care about video games, for example. Because if they don't care, then what am I doing? Wasting my time telling them, wasting their time telling about this. But for people who do care, they should be having outlook of optimism towards visual novels. First of all, even as visual novels, they are pretty fun to go through. You get to see what someone has done with a certain character, certain theme, story, whatever. On the other hand, there are video games, especially The Princess being one of them, I would say, that do really, really, really encompass what visual novels should aspire to be in terms of video game. Because more than any other game that I have played, just a second, I think. Okay, that was cool. Let me record this. I do have a ability to record video game footage, so I can basically record the last 45 seconds. Like the game or my computer constantly keeps recording of the past 45 seconds, and when I press a button, it saves it. It's NVIDIA GeForce Instant Replay. It's only available for certain laptops and basically PCs who are using NVIDIA graphic cards. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find similar software for any graphic card um, in internet. But yeah. So yeah, coming back to visual novels, I do think that's a more positive outlook toward visual novels. Seeing them as video games, because yeah, they can. I do believe they can be good examples of what video games should be. Because I honestly think visual novels is what I would have wanted video games to be like 5 years ago. Because because to me that's what video games should be about: making stories, telling stories, and being able to create stories. And visual novels give you a very, very beautiful way of doing that. Also, the subjects that Slay the Princess touches on are personal to me, so that's uh, nice as well. If you are wondering what those subjects are, it's basically love, unsurprisingly. Ouch. Okay, this is a boss that I need to pay some attention to. Ouch. Okay, I need to pay a lot of attention now because I'm on one life. So I have to win 2 rounds to win. No. Scum. No. No, no, no. Okay. This should be 1 round down. So I have to win 2 rounds. It's a best of 3. So sorry, yeah, best of 5 actually. No, wait, what? I'll think about this in a second. Just ouch. Ouch. I crouched. Okay, I have to go for this. It's 111. I can't lose this. Come on. No, I lost. 111. That was a good run. But yeah, I wished it had gone for longer. But yeah. Yeah, as I said, I have been quite lazy, honestly. I don't have energy to work. Or rather, the motivation, I guess. It's a bit annoying. I mean, I'm already dreading having to listen to through this audio because I don't wanna put an audio that's not good. Yes, I think some people listen to it while sleeping. Some people listen to it while working. I mean, not many people will know if I don't release what this is going on for like 30 minutes now. That's one more thing I have been working on slightly, which is to share my bad things basically. So basically, I tend to not share whenever anything bad happens with people, trying to, be positive or whatever. Um, I have been seeing that it's not a good thing. I don't really understand why yet, which is weird. But I sound like a baby. I don't understand why, but I need to do this. But I know that it seems like most people would rather know what's going on with you, even if it's bad, and rather you not hide it. I think I will stop playing soon because oh no, okay, because first of all I lost, but also I do need to check if this audio is good. um yeah, I guess I'll also talk about Tekken a little bit because I'm playing it. So Tekken is basically a fighting game. It's a 3D fighting game, which means that if you think about, for example, Street Fighter, you can move forward and backward, and you can jump, right? But there is no, like, you can't rotate your character, right? In Tekken, you can. So basically, in Tekken, you can, quote unquote, move inside and outside the screen, or towards or away from the screen, right? It's called basically you are, if you're standing as your character, you can go left and right. It's called a side step left and side step right. So it creates interesting dynamics. I still do consider it not to be not too different. I know I just messed up so many words there, but I do still consider it to be very similar to any 2D fighting game. It being 3D is just a flavor, you can say. It's not better or worse in any way. Uh, if you the if you are curious, the trade-off is in the main difference gameplay wise is that in a 2D fighting game you would be jumping a lot. So basically you can think like the 3D space has been traded off to jumping, because in Tekken you almost never really jump, whereas in games like Street Fighter or any 2D fighting game, you're using jumping a lot as a tool, whereas in Tekken you just move left or right. The buttons are also the same. So to move right, you press up depending on where your character is facing, and otherwise you press down to move right. At least that's for me. I play on the player 2 side, but yeah, I play on the player 2 side because my sister likes to play on the player 1 side, and now I am just given this side. I also got like accustomed to it, so it's fine. But yeah, at first it was very annoying. But yeah, so yeah, Tekken is pretty fun. I'm playing Tekken 7. Tekken 8 is out right now. If you want to buy it, it's pretty expensive. I would suggest buy it if you are only interested in it. If you like the story, if you just want to have a game to play with your friends or whatever, I would seriously suggest checking out Tekken, like older games. So the only games you can get on PC is Tekken 7. Before Tekken 7, all games have been exclusive to PlayStation and arcades. So that sucks a bit. But if you have a PlayStation, an older one, you can get Tekken Tag Tournament 2 or Tekken. And I suggest, unless you're into fighting games, or unless you want to get into fighting games, these games are like super fun to play with your friends who don't know how to play as well. Honestly, to me, that's one of the best like uses of a fighting game that I don't see often. Playing it with friends just casually. But yeah, I would love to play these fighting games with like a on like a date or something. It would be so much fun. Like I'm already just like daydreaming thinking about it. Um, just imagine how much fun it would be to uh, have someone over as a date and you're just playing. Like it's such a bonding experience. I would love that. The only bad thing that could possibly happen is I just destroy them in Tekken and we just never meet again. I mean, I would love to be wrong. I would love to get destroyed myself, but um, yeah, that would be the dream, to be honest. But coming back to reality, I play Asuka. Asuka was introduced in Tekken 5, I believe. She is Her full name is Asuka Kazama. She is a distant relative of one of the main characters of the game, Jin Kazama. I generally so here's a funny thing. I actually wanted to so I prefer playing female characters in video games. Most of my custom and this is not a very like this is started quite late, I think, because I remember playing Saints Row and all of my characters would be like, if you have seen Gerald from Witcher 3, that's it. His name is Gerald, right? Wait, is it? Am I? Wait. No, it's Geralt. What am I saying? How dumb am I? I really called him Gerald. Okay, so Geralt of Rivia, I believe. I'll need to check the pronunciation actually, to be honest. It's so long since I've talked about Witcher at all. Henry Cavill will kill me if he hears this. But yeah, Geralt of Rivia, I believe. Of Rivia. Basically, the guy from Witcher. The Witcher from Witcher. If you see that guy, that's basically what all my characters used to look like quite a while ago when I was playing like Saints Row or whatever. But since then, I have moved towards. I mean, my characters still look like that, just female versions of it. But what I was saying was, so the female characters in Tekken are. I'll just note a few. So Alisa, Ling, Asuka. I'll also note the special characters. So all of them kind of play in a certain way. So Asuka is a defensive character. She has a lot of parries, a lot of moves that basically stop the opponent's move and do a move of your own. She has a lot of very good evasive moves, which are very hard to punish and um, very hard to properly like. So basically, she is a very defensive character. I'll just leave it at that. Right, her goal is to frustrate the opponent. Ling Shayu is very similar, but instead of just being defensive, she is very annoyingly offensive. So her main thing is that she's very evasive. She has this move, quote unquote move, stance actually, where she crouches in the ground and it's very difficult to hit her in that stance. She's also very frustration. Oh, I lost. Okay, I haven't lost the whole streak. I'm at 8 right now, but I'll be trying again. Wait. So her stance, which I was talking about, the dancing phoenix, if I'm not wrong. So dancing phoenix, she goes low to the ground and is hard to hit, and she has a lot of like annoying moves, and she's a very specialist character, very hard to play. Then there is Lily, who is a dancer character. Most of her moves are like ballet and like graceful looking dancing moves. There is Nina. So there are a lot of characters. I chose Asuka because first of all I do like defensive play, but also because all the other characters that I mentioned my sister took. I don't know. My sister also has the same thing. She also likes playing as, which makes sense for her. Well, likes playing as girl characters. But yeah, my sister has this disturbing habit. So I'll just say this because why not? But she has this disturbing habit of just killing. So if you're playing, I mean, I already spoiled it, but if you're playing like a game like GT or something, right, where you can come across like female NPCs, she has this very, very disturbing habit of just killing every single girl she sees. I mean, and when I asked her why, she just says because they're looking prettier than I do. I really hope she's joking. I mean, it's worrying a lot. But yeah, as I said, let's just hope that she's joking. Which is very ironic, her being in the same house as me. Me caring a lot about security of women in our country. I haven't done anything for the betterment, so I can't really speak too much about my thoughts on that. But I do try to do whatever I can in terms of like so that people, especially women, feel safe in our be it country, city, locality, whatever. Especially, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like women in general, but also in my country specifically, always have a hard time feeling safe for various reasons. I don't really want to talk about any of that specifically in a specific detail, both because Pilot of Audio, where I hope I'll be uploading this to, will allow any of that, but also because I just don't think that's the vibe I'm going for right now in terms of like or what I'm talking about. But yeah, maybe sometime. Anyways, right now I'm playing against Marduk, who is a big guy who has. I mean, I guess I will stop because I also need to check whether or not my audio is clear cut. I'll need to check. I mean, I probably listened through this whole thing because unlike other audios, I know that there will be a lot of noise. Okay, I need to defeat this bear. This is so in Tekken there is this bear called Kuma, and in the CPU there is this one specific bear. So basically, CPU treasure battles, the game acts like these are real people, and there is a specific one called Ushi. This bear has killed so many of my streaks. It's unbelievable. So I will avenge. I will take my revenge and then I'll leave. I mean, I'm already half health. Okay, this should be it. No. Will I die? No. Okay, thank God. I got it. But yeah, I really hope this audio is fine. What am I? Can you play one more? Just one more. You're seeing the live incarnation of the just one more, just one last. But yeah, have you seen Chainsaw Man? I've been seeing Chainsaw Man. The first time I saw Chainsaw Man, I didn't like it a lot. I was like, okay, this is crude humor. I don't really like crude humor that much. I'm not against it or anything, but I just don't personally like it as much. But I have been seeing this fan. I'm sorry if I'm already talked about this, but I have seen this. Oh my God! There's so much noise in the, and I know you can hear it. I'll try to remove it later. But yeah, there's so much. So there's this fan like kind of channel called RG33. Do check their channel out if you want to. they do a lot of this. They do a lot of this. What do you call it? Basically, they'll write scripts of Chainsaw Man characters in certain funny situations. So it's like a slice of life, basically. You can think of it like that. A slice of life version of Chainsaw Man, and they'll be making these funny scripts and stuff, and they'll have voice actors voice them in like a PPT. They credit Solid JJ as their inspiration. So there's this another channel called Solid JJ. That guy does mostly, I believe, Justice League and old cartoons like Spider Man and stuff. So they do more superhero stuff, but the idea is the same, that you have like this PowerPoint presentation kind of thing, and you have like all these characters talking to each other in a certain setting or whatever. But yeah, so I have been watching those recently and I loved them. Like they had so much character in them, and I was like, okay, there's a movie also coming out of Chainsaw Man, so I'll just watch this. Because I was going to watch the movie anyways. It's about Reze, I believe Reze. In any case, I have seen the character before, and I think that her movies. I mean, is Chainsaw Man the movie Reze arc? I do believe her movie is going to be pretty fun. As I said, I don't really watch anime that often, so I do believe this movie is going to be pretty good. So I was like, okay, let me just check up on my knowledge of what actually happens, because I was like confusing the fan fiction with what actually happened in the show. So I was like, okay, I need to check, rewatch the anime and make sure that I know what actually happens in the anime versus and how these characters are in the anime versus how this fan fiction shows them to be. And yeah, so I rewatched it and I'm still rewatching it, and it was so fun. Like I really loved watching these moments again. Like this time I'm focusing less on the crude jokes and more on the characters and their interactions with each other, and it's super fun. It has been quite interesting to see the well, that also reminds me, it kind of feels bad when you. So I showed my friend Slay the Princess, and I was like, because this friend, I know that this guy is like very, how do I say this, not sounding too bad, very Gen Z. So every moment he would be trying to make like a joke or something about the writing or whatever, and it just feels bad. Like, why can't we? And this problem is, I think, everywhere in all generations. I think it's not like my generation specifically, but it feels like it's some younger people thing, where we'll be trying to make jokes everywhere instead of just letting something sink in for a second and just enjoying the finer details of life, I guess. I don't wanna sound condescending or anything, but like making jokes at everything is a bit too much, I think. Like everything. I'm not kidding when I say the amount of just unnecessary jokes is insane. In our generation as a whole, my friend is an individual as well. And it's not like I don't like them. Like, obviously, if I didn't, I would not be calling this guy my friend, but I do wish things were a bit different sometimes. Okay, so I think I'll call it here. I'm saying that as if I know this audio is going to go out. I hope it does. I hope you get to hear this, because I think this was pretty fun for me also. And as I said, tomorrow is Valentine. I mean, day after tomorrow it will be Valentine's Day. I think when you'll be listening to this, it will be tomorrow Valentine's Day. So happy early Valentine's Day. If you have someone, I hope you guys have fun and you guys have a lovely night, evening, whatever you're planning to do. I'm also about to lose my 16 pin streak. I'll just focus a little bit. I know I said I'll stop like 10 minutes ago, but it's really hard. Okay. Beautiful. One more. No, he. This should be nice. Okay, I need one more. But yeah, I hope your Valentine's Day goes beautifully. I hope someone, if you don't have anyone yet, I hope someone confesses to you or something fun happens to you. Uh, I have never been able to celebrate Valentine's Day with anyone. As I said before, I have never been in a relationship, but I can imagine just how much fun it would be to celebrate it with someone you love. So yeah, okay, I got through, but yeah, I hope you have a great day in general, and yeah, see you soon if this audio goes out. That is, but yeah, see you later.